Этой синей машины, так у нее платье.
What if I told you there's a country so exclusive that even millionaires can't afford to live there comfortably? Welcome to Monaco, a glittering fortress on the Mediterranean where wealth isn't just measured in dollars, but in access, power, and legacy. Here, a one-bedroom apartment costs millions, a parking space can rival the price of a villa, and the women of Monaco command the streets with $19 million Bugattis, billion-dollar yachts, and haute couture gowns that double as weapons of influence. Welcome back to Inside the Billionaires, where we explore the private lives and fortunes of the world's richest. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss what comes next. In this episode, we reveal how Monaco's billionaire women turn luxury into strategy, transforming every car, every gala, and every diamond into tools of absolute power. Imagine having millions in the bank and still being considered poor. That's the shocking reality of life in Monaco, the most expensive square mile on earth. Here, money doesn't stretch, it collapses. A modest one-bedroom apartment starts at $2 million, and if you want a parking spot for your Bentley, prepare to spend $500,000 just for the privilege of leaving your car at home. In this kingdom of extremes, being a millionaire isn't enough. To live without worry, you need at least $50 million. Without it, every dinner bill, every square meter of property, every small luxury becomes a constant reminder that in Monaco, wealth is relative. And if you're not at the very top, you're invisible. This is where the billionaire lifestyle truly begins. In Monaco, survival isn't about money. It's about power, status, and the ability to play by rules that the rest of the world can't even imagine. What if your car wasn't just transportation, but a crown on wheels? In Monaco, that's exactly how the world's billionaire women move. Forget ordinary Ferraris or Lamborghinis. Here, power is measured in machines worth more than private islands. A $19 million Bugatti La Voiture Noire isn't a toy, it's a rolling throne. A Ferrari Monza SP2 is more than a thrill ride. It's a warning, a signal of dominance to anyone watching. Inside their garages sit fleets curated like art museums, diamond-studded interiors, Parisian ateliers designing one-off leather finishes, champagne coolers built into Rolls-Royce Cullinans. Every detail is engineered not for comfort, but for authority. And when these women glide through Monte Carlo's narrow streets, every rev of an engine is a declaration. In this tiny kingdom, the streets aren't roads, they're runways of power, and every billionaire woman is on stage, commanding attention with every turn of the wheel. What if an entire country shut down just to throw the world's most extravagant party? That's exactly what happens every May in Monaco, when the Formula One Grand Prix transforms this microstate into a living theater of speed, wealth, and power. Streets that normally echo with the quiet hum of Bentleys and Bugattis suddenly roar with race cars tearing past luxury boutiques and billionaire balconies. But here, the race is only the backdrop. The true spectacle takes place in the hotels, penthouses, and superyachts overlooking the track. Suites that normally cost $1,000 a night skyrocket to $10,000 or more. VIP seats are sold at the price of a luxury car. And on the decks of billion-dollar yachts moored at Port Hercule, Monaco's elite sip vintage champagne while billion-dollar deals are whispered between laps. For Monaco's billionaire women, the Grand Prix isn't a sporting event, it's a stage. A place where presence alone signals dominance, and every appearance becomes another move in the game of global influence. What if your weekend getaway came with a submarine, a helipad, and a missile defense system? Welcome to Monaco's super yacht culture, where floating palaces line Port Hercule like a private navy of billionaires. These aren't boats, they're fortresses of influence, each worth hundreds of millions, sometimes billions. The Lady Moura, the Tatiana, even Abramovich's $1.5 billion eclipse, all have called this harbor home. On deck, Michelin-starred chefs prepare private banquets, infinity pools shimmer under Riviera sunsets, and champagne flows as casually as bottled water. But beneath the glitter lies the real purpose: power. Here, fashion moguls ink contracts with oil heiresses, tech billionaires discuss $200 million AI ventures, and empires shift hands between sips of Dom Perignon. In Monaco, a yacht isn't leisure, it's leverage. And for billionaire women, it's the ultimate weapon of status. A private stage on water where every deal is cloaked in silk, secrecy, and the sound of waves. What if a single gown could win more power than a boardroom full of CEOs? In Monaco, that's exactly what happens at the legendary Galas, where the world's billionaire women turn elegance into a weapon. At the Bal de la Rose, a single table costs $50,000, not for the food, but for the access it buys. Under crystal chandeliers, couture gowns from Dior, Chanel, and Valentino sparkle like armor, each stitch a coded message about influence and alliances. Every glance, every toast, every whispered word carries the weight of millions. A $120,000 gown worn by Beatrice Borromeo isn't fashion, it's a declaration of rank. Across the room, a subtle nod can shift an investment or end a partnership before contracts are even drafted. In Monaco, haute couture is more than style, it's strategy. And every gala is less a celebration, more a battlefield, draped not in camouflage, but in silk, diamonds, and perfectly timed smiles. What if your morning coffee costs more than most people's rent? In Monaco, that's reality. For the world's billionaire women, luxury isn't an occasional indulgence. It's a daily ritual of power. Breakfast begins with 600 per kilo kopi luwak, golden croissants, and beluga caviar served on porcelain lined with gold. But these aren't just meals. They're signals, statements of status and control. Wellness itself is weaponized. Imagine cryotherapy chambers humming beside rooftop infinity pools, 24-karat facials booked before board meetings, or saltwater spas carved from marble. Even downtime is a boardroom in disguise. Million-dollar product launches are approved mid-facial, billion-dollar investments whispered over green juice hand-delivered by Michelin chefs. In Monaco, stillness is never idle. Every spa, every meal, every breath of curated wellness is designed to project power. For these women, luxury isn't just living well. It's commanding the world without ever leaving their private sanctuaries. What if luxury wasn't the end goal, but the beginning of a legacy? In Monaco, the world's most powerful women use their fortunes not just to dazzle, but to shape the future. Princess Charlene transforms glamour into global impact, donating $20 million in a single evening to water safety and education. Pauline Ducrouet turns her family's royal prestige into cultural influence, funding ballet and emerging artists across Europe. Lauren Santo Domingo merges couture with conservation, pledging $100 million to save coral reefs. And away from the spotlight, figures like Mackenzie Scott quietly channel billions into education, rewriting destinies from behind Monaco's velvet curtains. Here, philanthropy isn't charity, it's power in motion. Elegance becomes leverage, wealth becomes influence, and legacy is carefully curated like diamonds in a vault. In Monaco, the billionaire women don't just live the world's most extravagant lives, they orchestrate the very forces that shape tomorrow. From million-dollar parking spots to billion-dollar yachts, from golden breakfasts to galas where a single gown can shift markets, Monaco shows us that luxury here is never just indulgence. For its billionaire women, every move is a strategy, every smile a signal, and every detail a weapon of influence. This is why Monaco remains more than a playground of the rich. It's a battlefield draped in silk and diamonds, where power is coded into every car, every gala, and every whispered deal. And for those who dare to step inside, it's a glimpse into the future of wealth and legacy. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Inside the Billionaires for more stories that reveal the hidden empires of the world's richest. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.